Alright, boys and men, I really hate to have to do it, but it's time to rate your hairstyles. First up, I believe this is called the high and tight. I'm going to give it a solid 7 out of 10 just because it's a little triggering for me. I simply have one question though. What branch? I truly have no idea what this hairstyle is called. It looks like you might have got caught in a wind tunnel. So for that, I'm giving it a 2 out of 10. Major fuckboy vibes. The side part, 69 out of 10. I said it. Next up, I believe this is called the Caesar cut. I'm going to give it a negative 3 out of 10. I'm really sorry if this is your haircut. It just gives me the feeling that I have to puke. So I'm just a little hungry. The man bun, maybe an unpopular opinion, 5 out of 10. It kind of just looks a little dirty. Lastly, we have the buzz cut. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 just because it's not really my favorite, but you're definitely a freak if you know what I mean. So y'all asked for it. This is part 2 of rating men's hairstyles. Need a second to get the sarcastic juices flowing. First up, we got Mr. Dwayne with the bald head. Look at him. You know what? I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 because here's why. Hear me out. So I feel that bald men, they just exude confidence, but the reason for the deduction is that I don't have anything to run my hands through. Next up, we have my father here, Billie Rae. The mullet's back, guys. And you know, it's truly giving me an achy breaky heart. But on the serious side, 0 out of 10. And it's also an open invitation to make all the Billie Ray Cyrus jokes you want. Whew. I don't know what this one is called, but I'm going to call it the Jeff Wittick. If you know what it's called, let me know down below, but 10 out of 10, honey. If your hair looked like this, I will have all of your children. Alright, the classic Ivy League. You know, 8 out of 10. It looks like you play tennis and go to the country club with your parents on the weekend, but it's clean cut, just a little too basic. Last up, we got the bro flow. 4 out of 10. Unless you're Bradley Cooper over here, or you play some kind of sport, let's be honest, you probably can't pull it off.
Making your home modern and beautiful is easier than you think with 50/50 RGB SMD strip lights. Bright, uniform, ambient lighting for anywhere in your room. Use exactly the length you need thanks to the cuttable design. Waterproof properties and the use of double copper make them durable and long-lasting in all conditions. Change the colors, effects, and brightness of the lights thanks to the wireless remote or the app on your phone. Change the look of your home. Order now.
Alright, since y'all clearly need a lot of pointers, this is part 4 of the sexiest things men can do on a first date. I'm gonna need it. Okay, if this bitch drove herself to the first date, I don't care how bad it just was, walk her back to the car. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, chivalry is not dead, and women, stop trying to kill it. On that note, that brings me to number 2. Treat her as you would a mother or a sister. If you disagree with me, argue about it in the comments. If you're feeling the vibe, you have to initiate the first kiss. And I know you're gonna say, we're equal, she can do it. Bro, we're not equal, okay? I get a period every month. I have to deal with that shit. You can deal with the stress of a first kiss for like 10 seconds. Be clear on what you're looking for. It's best to put this out there early so there's a mutual understanding. Be positive. Don't talk about politics or other depressing shit. Nobody's going to want to go on a second date with that. Lastly, confirm the plans the day of. It's going to look like you're taking it seriously and appreciating her time. Good luck. Alright, gentlemen, we're back at it again. Rating men's hairstyles, part 3. I'm running low on jokes, so I had to upgrade for this one. First up, we got the middle part. A lot of you guys asked for this, but I hate to break it to you. You look like an annoying frat bro and also kind of resemble a mushroom. 2 points for being bold. Another highly requested one. A lot of my curly hair dudes were asking for some curly hairstyles. I gotta say, this one is my favorite. I think it's called the curly mid fade. I don't really know. It's an 8 out of 10, 2 points deduction because I just can't unsee this. Next, we got the balding comb over, negative 5 out of 10, but I promise if you come to terms with it and shave off that hair, you'll also shave off 10 years. Up long hair. I know I'm about to upset a ton of females with this one, but 3 out of 10. If you're not in a band, your hair should not be this long. You also should not be using more conditioner than me. Curly pompadour. Listen, I would sell my soul for this man. I would do anything for this man. I would die for this man. Enough said. 11 out of 10. Absolutely delicious. Next up, we got the faux hawk. Only acceptable if you're under the age of 15. 1 out of 10. Fellas, today we're here to talk about men's fashion fails. I don't know if all other females feel this way, but I'm just letting you know the things that make me cringe a little. Anything with the word Supreme on it, by your 20s and 30s, you really need to be out of your hype beast phase. Skinny jeans. I've said it before and I'll say it again. They just don't seem very masculine to me. If I can see your kneecaps, that's just a little too much for me. Your belt and shoes, they need to match. Skinny men that wear oversized clothing, I just think it makes you look lankier. Embrace your skinniness. The backwards hat, again, there's just something about it that's a turnoff. I don't know. Ugh. Cardigans. I don't want to look at you and think about my school librarian. Gold chains. Unless you're like an old Italian man, I really don't see the point. It's a turnoff. What's up, TikTok? Today we're here to talk about red flags in a man, career edition. Definitely about to get a lot of hate for this one. That was so loud. Number 1, and you probably already guessed it, but military. You know, I love my country and all, but this is a major red flag. Specifically Air Force, as they do tend to have the highest divorce rate. Listen, ladies, I know it's really cute that he wants to marry you after only knowing you for a week, but I promise it's not because he actually likes you. Just trust me on this one. 2, bartenders. You know, they have the second highest divorce rate and they always seem a little bit sketchy. Number 3, law enforcement. Don't get me wrong, you look majorly sexy in that uniform and I totally back the blue. But you guys are just major cheaters and there's just too many badge bunnies out there. The musicians, those struggling artists out there. I know you have a 1 in a million chance of making it, which is some really great odds, you know? But I don't want to spend the rest of my life sitting in a dive bar. Personal trainers, your know-it-alls, you make me feel uncomfortable, and extremely obese. Massage therapists, first of all, you have a 40% divorce rate, and the fact that this page even exists is enough said. Looks like we're back again, boys. This is part 3 of the sexiest things men can do on a first date. Don't take fishing advice from a fish. Suck my dick. Enough of you guys asked for it. First up, and probably the most important point, so if it's the only thing you take from this video, that's fine by me, but girls are very indecisive creatures. We all know this. We like confident men, and confident men will come up with a plan, stick to it, and execute it. So don't do that back and forth, what do you want to do bullshit. It's not gonna work. How about instead you say, hey, I know this really good spot in town. Are you free Saturday night at 8 p.m.? We should go there. Bada bing, bada boom. Why the fuck did I just say that? Hope this is an obvious one, but don't be constantly checking your phone. You look uninterested. Come prepared. Have some questions in your head ready to ask her. Look for a common interest. When you find a common interest, this is where the conversation is going to start to flow. Better to overdress than underdress. Hear me out. She has probably overthought her outfit so much to the point where she is nauseous, okay? So if you put the same thought into your appearance, she will really appreciate that. I promise you, you're gonna kill it.